Before we jump into today's episode, let me ask you something. Have you ever had a great idea, written it down, prayed over it, talked about it, even brought the domain, but still did not move? Maybe you moved, then stopped, second guessed yourself, started comparing, started over, and now you are wondering if the problem is your strategy. When deep down, the real issue may be trust. Not trust in God or in your business, but trust in yourself. If you do not trust your voice, instinct, or trust your process, you will question every move, delay every decision, and quit before the results arrive. Today, we are talking about something deeper than branding, content, or sales funnel. Today, we are talking about self trust because before marketing reaches the marketplace, it starts in the mirror. On that note, I will be right back.
In a world of noise, how do you find the pulse that actually drives growth? Welcome to the Pulse of Marketing on Marketing Monday. I'm Coach LJ, and today we're turning bold ideas into real business growth. Where bold ideas, smart strategy, and business growth come together. Let's make some marketing magic. Comment ready below to join the movement, and let's start building your future right now. Have you ever looked in the mirror and thought, I know I'm capable of more purpose, discipline, and growth? The truth is, ideas alone don't change lives. It is consistent action that creates the transformation. That's why I wrote Quit or Shut Up, not to motivate you for a moment, but to challenge you to transform your life or business over the next 90 days. The book is the door. The 90-day challenge is where transformation happens. Here's how it works. Purchase your copy, verify your purchase, and join the movement. The first 100 readers receive free access to the 90-day challenge. Everyone else receives 50% off after verifying their book purchase. If you're tired of making excuses and you're ready to start making progress, visit quitorshutup.com. Quit or shut up. The decision is yours.
Welcome back to Marketing Mondays. I'm your host, Coach LJ, and you already know the vibe. You don't have to know how to sell, but you do have to know how to market. And let us jump right into it. Today, we are talking about how to build self-trust as an entrepreneur and grow your business with confidence. And if I am honest, this might be one of the most important episodes I have ever recorded. I must inform you that marketing is not just what people see. Marketing is what people feel from you. Furthermore, people can feel when someone is confident, believes, and aligned with themselves. People can also feel hesitation, fear, uncertainty, people pleasing, and overthinking. Marketing does not begin when you hit publish. Marketing begins before the post go live. It begins in your belief system. Now, let us for a moment talk about self-trust is the hidden marketing strategy. Philip Kotler and Gary Armstrong define marketing as creating value for customers and building strong customer relationships in order to capture value in return. However, here's what many people miss. Before you create value externally, you have to value what you carry internally. That means before the customer trusts your offer, you have to trust your offer. Say that part slowly because you have to trust your offer first. Before anyone buys from you, before anyone trusts you, you have to trust yourself, you have to trust your offer, and you have to trust what you are doing. And that's even before your spouse sometimes. Before anyone sees your value, sometimes you have to see it yourself first. Because even when they don't believe in you, even when they don't see it, you have to see it for yourself first. And then eventually, the more you see it, the more you trust your offer, the more they will begin to see it. Why? Because you probably be talking about it all the time. So you have to trust in your offer first, and then they would see it. And then they would trust your offer. Before people buy your service, you must believe in your service. Before someone joins your movement, you have to stand in your movement first. Research consistently supports this. A study in the Journal of Consumer Research found that authenticity and confidence strongly influence audience trust and buying behavior. People respond to clarity. They respond to conviction. They respond to consistency. And confidence is often the bridge between all three. That is why clarity matters so much. Because clarity creates confidence, confidence creates consistency, and consistency builds trust in the marketplace. Moreover, self trust is built through small promises kept. Let me ask you something. How many promises have you made to yourself this year that nobody else know about? Not the business goals you posted online, not the goals written in a planner. I am talking about private promises, the quiet ones, the ones between you and you. Like, I am going to show up consistently this time. I am finally going to launch. I am going to stop shrinking. I am going to finish what I started. I am going to finish writing my book. Now, here's the hard question. Have you kept that promise? Let me be clear with you. Self-trust is not built through motivation. Self-trust is built through evidence. Every time you do what you told yourself you would do, you create proof. Proof builds belief. Belief builds confidence. Confidence builds action. And action builds momentum. However, every time you abandon yourself, delay, quit, or talk yourself out of moving, it becomes harder to trust your own voice. That is why marketing can feel exhausted. Sometimes the issue is not content strategy, but internal inconsistency. Furthermore, I know that feeling personally. There were seasons where I had vision, but did not trust myself enough to execute consistently. And that creates tension because when your vision is bigger than your habits, frustration grows. Nevertheless, once your habits begin catching up to your vision, everything changes. Everything begins to change. Now, I want to ask you, what is one promise you made to yourself this year that still deserves your attention? Drop it in the comments because I would like to hear from you. This is not to pressure you. It is for awareness, honesty, and growth. Nonetheless, I would like to take this deeper because self-trust does not magically appear overnight. It gets built, usually quietly, painfully, and in seasons where nobody sees what you are carrying. Now, let us discuss how to build in the quiet seasons, because this is why the upcoming book, Quit or Shut Up, which launched July 22nd, 2026, it's available now. So cop your copy, purchase it, buy it, verify the purchase, and join the movement, because it means so much to me.
Have you ever looked in the mirror and thought, I know I'm capable of more purpose, discipline, and growth? The truth is, ideas alone don't change lives. It is consistent action that creates the transformation. That's why I wrote Quit or Shut Up, not to motivate you for a moment, but to challenge you to transform your life or business over the next 90 days. The book is the door. The 90-day challenge is where transformation happens. Here's how it works. Purchase your copy, verify your purchase, and join the movement. The first 100 readers receive free access to the 90-day challenge. Everyone else receives 50% off after verifying their book purchase. If you're tired of making excuses and you're ready to start making progress, visit quitorshutup.com. Quit or shut up. The decision is yours.
The book was not built in applause. It was built in private tension, while questioning, rebuilding, learning, continuing, and even when progress felt invisible. And many of you know exactly what that feels like. Building when nobody is clapping, posting when nobody is commenting, creating when sales feel slow, and showing up when the numbers said stop. Those are the seasons when self-trust develops. James 1:4 says, let perseverance finish its work so that you may be mature and complete, lacking nothing. That means the process itself is producing something, even when the results look delayed. Visibility is low and momentum feels invisible. You are not behind, but you are becoming. And that is exactly why I built the Noun University. The Noun University was built for quiet builders who are tired of guessing. People with ideas, but no structure. Vision, but no system. Potential, but no roadmap. People who are capable of building something powerful, but keep restarting due to a lack of direction. And maybe that is you. Maybe you have watched every video, saved every post, taken every note, brought every course, yet still feel stuck. Not because you lack information, but because you need application, accountability, clarity, and execution. That is what we work on inside the Noun University. This is not hype, fake urgency, or empty motivation, but structure, accountability, identity-driven, and execution and action. Because knowing is not enough, but your action changes everything.
Have you ever felt like you're capable of more, but you're not sure how to get there? Maybe you have business ideas you've never launched, or you're overwhelmed by information but still lack clarity and results. Most people don't fail because they lack talent. They fail because they lack direction, consistency, and a community. That's why I created the Now University. It's more than a course. It's a growth community built for people like you. Over 6 months, we'll clarify your vision, build your brand, and create the systems you need to launch with confidence and scale your impact. Stop doubting, stop waiting. Your next opportunity window is open. The question is, will you walk through it? Join the Now University today, because the life you want won't be created by intention alone. It will be created by action.
Nonetheless, let us bring this back to marketing. Because what does self-trust actually look like in business? It looks like posting before perfection, launching before certainty, selling without apologizing, showing up without comparing, and serving without shrinking. It also looks like this. This is my message, audience, lane, and I'm going to build from here. According to Shorehorn, strong leadership requires confidence in decision making under uncertainty. Entrepreneurs live in uncertainty every day with no guaranteed outcomes, sales, audience growth, yet leaders still move. Let us keep it a buck. Trust allows movement before proof arrives. And movement creates data. Data creates refinement. Refinement creates growth. That is how momentum compounds. This leads me to one of the biggest traps entrepreneurs fall into, which is the comparison trap that is breaking your marketing. Comparison kills more brands than a lack of talent because it makes you question your timing, style, pricing, pace, and voice. And instead of building your business, you start copying everyone else. Galatians 6:4 says, pay careful attention to your own work, not theirs, yours. Because what works for them may not fit your season. Marketing without self-trust becomes imitation, and marketing with self-trust becomes identity. Furthermore, identity always wins in the long term. Now, your marketing challenge this week, because I want to challenge you, not just inspire you, but to challenge you. Information without action changes nothing. So here's your Marketing Monday challenge. This is your self-trust audit challenge. Take 10 minutes this week and ask yourself these 5 questions. Where am I overthinking instead of executing? What decision have I already known the answer to, but keep delaying? Where am I comparing instead of creating? What part of my business feels most aligned right now? What is one action I can take this week to build trust with myself again? Not next month, not someday, this week. Maybe it is publishing the post, sending the email, recording the video, updating the website, raising your prices, launching the offer, or simply showing up again. Small action equals big trust, because self-trust does not return through thinking. It returns through movement, and movement creates momentum. If fear were not in the room, what will you launch this week? That one question alone can unlock a lot. So here's the real question today. Do you trust yourself enough to keep building before the evidence arrives? I want to leave you with this. Leadership starts long before people follow you. And leadership begins when you choose to lead yourself. You're right that leadership influence begins with eternal credibility before external influence expands. That means before people trust your leadership, you must trust your decisions. Let me say that again. Please hear me. Listen to me. Write this down. Put it in the comments. Put it on a sticky note. This is very important that you hear me because leadership influence begins with external credibility before external influence expands. And what that means, before people trust your leadership, before anyone father you, before all the fathers come, you must trust your decisions. I heard a quote. I like this quote. It said, "When a teacher is ready, the student will appear." So it's very important that you trust your decisions. And when you begin to trust your decisions, the decisions that you make it today, when you trust your decisions, then the student, those who follow you, those who are called to you, will eventually appear to you. Because I don't think, I know I don't. You don't want nobody to follow you and you indecisive. You don't trust your own decisions. That's like blind leading the blind. You don't know where they're going because you don't trust your decisions. You are indecisive. So, build trust in your decisions today so that those who are called to you, those who will follow you, will be followed in the right direction. Will be followed because you are making the right decision. So it's very important that you understand that today and that you really take heed so that you will be moving in the right direction without burning out and without stressing out. Even when the numbers are low, you gotta understand. Just say, you know what, I'm developing. I'm getting better. I'm becoming the person who I am called to be. So that those who are called to me, those that's gonna listen to me and follow me, they are on their way. But not before I begin to trust the decisions that I'm making today. Just realize that the reason why is not because you are building that trust in yourself first. Because before customers trust your business, you must trust your process. Before your audience trusts your voice, you must trust your voice. And that is why self-trust matters. Because your business will eventually grow to the size of your internal capacity. John Maxwell wrote something inside his book. He talks about the lid. You only get the people who follow you or the people who you are called to can only go to the level where you are at. They only could go to they only go below. So if you're a 4, you're only gonna attract anyone that's below 4. So if you want to attract 7 and 8 and 9, that means you got to be higher than them. So it's very important because the people that you are attracting, you got to first work on you're only attracting those to the size of your internal capacity. If your confidence is fragile, your decisions become fragile. If your clarity is shaky, your execution becomes shaky. If your identity is uncertain, your marketing becomes uncertain, which is why this episode matters so much. Marketing is not just promotion. Marketing is leadership, communication, identity, and stewardship. The strongest brands are built by people who trust what they carry. What season are you in right now? Are you learning, building, refining, healing, preparing, restarting, or growing quietly? Drop one word in the comments, one word only, and let that word become your mirror this week. I am here to tell you that once you name the season, you can move through it with intention. Once you move with intention, you stop rushing, forcing, and borrowing other people's timelines. And you start building something that actually lasts. Your audience is not looking for perfect. They are looking for real. Your customers are not waiting for polish. They are waiting for clarity. And your future business is not built on hype. It is built on consistency, which is quiet, faithful, and aligned. Also, my friend, this consistency is built over time with courage and trust. If this episode hit home, I want you to do three things. Purchase the book, Quit or Shut Up, which is available right now on Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, Walmart, all the places where you can buy a book. If you have ever battled fear, delay, comparison, or inconsistency, this book is for you. Join the Now University. If you are tired of guessing and ready for structure, strategy, accountability, and execution, the Now University was built for you. Share this episode. Send this to one person quietly building right now. Someone showing up, trying, creating, believing, even when nobody sees it yet. Because they may need this reminder today. Marketing starts with self-trust. Furthermore, if you do not hear anything else I said today, hear this. You are not behind, late, or missing it. You are in it. One day, people will look at your life, consistency, business, and growth and call it overnight success. Nevertheless, you will know the truth. It was built in the quiet. I am Coach LJ, and you already know the vibe. You don't have to know how to sell, but you do have to know how to market. I will see you on the next Marketing Monday discussing how to build quietly and launch loudly without feeling behind. And you already know what's coming next. Deuces. Peace.
Have you ever looked in the mirror and thought, I know I'm capable of more purpose, discipline, and growth? The truth is, ideas alone don't change lives. It is consistent action that creates the transformation. That's why I wrote Quit or Shut Up, not to motivate you for a moment, but to challenge you to transform your life or business over the next 90 days. The book is the door. The 90-day challenge is where transformation happens. Here's how it works. Purchase your copy, verify your purchase, and join the movement. The first 100 readers receive free access to the 90-day challenge. Everyone else receives 50% off after verifying their book purchase. If you're tired of making excuses and you're ready to start making progress, visit quitorshutup.com. Quit or shut up. The decision is yours.